Well, howdy, folks. Let's talk about Concrete Buddy. With me for my 11th episode of Authentic and Unaltered is George, aka Concrete Buddy. Welcome, George.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Oh, it's great to have you. George is a fairly recent arrival on the YouTube scene, about 7 months now. And I am happy to have you with me for an interview. Love the variety in your collection and can't wait to see what you brought to show folks. So,
okay.
Anything to say before we kick off this interview?
Not really. I just, I like to collect, and I just enjoy collecting, and again, collect what you like. Just
don't collect what anybody tells you to collect.
No,
right?
No. Because, when I first started watching YouTube videos, I'd see, people telling you, "Oh, these are the 5 hot cards. These are the cards you need to get. These are the cards going up." I'm like, why?
Oh yeah, we stay away from those channels. We let Mangini rant about it, right?
But, it's like but unfortunately, those are the first ones I saw because they had all that's what YouTube recommended.
Yeah, the algorithm shoves them down your throat when you start typing. You want to look at baseball cards, or
I mean, the algorithm doesn't recommend me.
All right, well let's start talking about George. So as a kid, what sports did you actually play and participate in?
I was a very poor athlete, to be honest with you. I played a little baseball, and I was not very good.
Hey, I'm in that club too.
But I love baseball. That's the whole thing. That was just, and I loved collecting baseball cards. I started collecting, when I want to say about second, third grade, somewhere in there. And I just loved card collecting, and I think that's basically where I learned to read and where I learned geography and all that. It's just like, where's Pittsburgh? Where's San Francisco? You learn that stuff by just reading baseball cards. So.
Sure. And I mean, did you start out with baseball, or were you collecting other things?
I started out with baseball, but then I quickly moved to football. And then I also did a little bit of basketball and hockey, but basically it was baseball number 1 and football number 2. So.
And have you been collecting continuously almost, or did you have a break there, or what's your journey?
I collected continuously till about high school, and then high school, you get the whole, growing up, cards aren't cool,
Oh yeah.
I kind of took a hiatus in there, but after college, I started collecting again, and for a little bit, and just basically until I was collecting. I want to say even after I was married, but my wife was very supportive. But the thing is, it's just like when the kids start coming along, it just life gets in the way. So more or less took like at least I want to say a 15 to 20 year hiatus there. I mean, just because it would be like, yeah, okay, every now and then I might buy a pack, but it was just everything just sat in the closet and nothing, So I mean, I would go to card shows, before I was married, and also when I was married. But basically, after the kids came along, there were just too many things going on. It was just life gets busy.
Sure it does.
So
around what year did you come back into it?
I want to say about 2017, 2018.
Okay.
So it was before the COVID boom.
So yeah.
I was actually able to find a few things before they exploded.
Lots of good opportunities at that point.
I was looking at some of the stuff because I started looking at my cards. I wonder what they're worth, and I'm like, I guess they're not worth that much. But it was fun, So, and I didn't know whether I wanted to start going back and be a set collector or a player collector. So, and I kind of went all over the place. I kind of now I'm more into player collecting and just interesting cards. There's a couple sets I'm trying to finish. A 1970 Topps baseball. I got about 30 cards left. I still need to get on that, and I got them all in a binder. Uh, for whatever reason, a 1954 Bowman football. I have all but one now, but
Wow.
I'm also trying to get the 1951 Topps Redbacks and Bluebacks. But those are really the only sets I'm really gonna try to collect. Everything else is just gonna be player collecting and unique items. So
Some of their particular teams or players or anything that were your
well,
favorites or idols or
I mean, I would guess the Tigers would be my early childhood team, and that's because I grew up in Florida and we didn't have a team, so there was really nothing to follow down here. I did go to a lot of minor league games down here, uh, which was fun to go to, but really there wasn't the closest thing to a major league team I kind of picked was the Tigers. So that's why I kind of have a rooting interest for older Tiger players. Now I'm a Rays fan ever since we got the Rays down here in this area. But yeah, I was going to show you one of the reasons I like collecting minor league cards. And here's a Don Mattingly minor league card. Um, just because it was just the type of thing that I did. I went to minor league games and still do actually. Minor league ball is fun. I mean, it just you see these kids that are well, most of the games I see are single A games. So you see these kids are basically 18, 19 years old.
oh yeah.
I mean, they're kids. You look at them just like.
I feel the same way seeing those guys now.
But you watch them play, and it's good game, good. But you'll also see like the errors that you'll never see made in MLB. You know,
Oh yeah.
both the physical errors and the mental errors. It's just like, oh yeah. It's like sometimes I'll forget to touch second base. It's just like, oh well, things like that.
So you mentioned player collecting. Is there particular players that you're making runs at, or what
Basically, just Hall of Fame type players. Let me see. Let me show you. I tried to pull some interesting things. Like here's a Maple Crispet card of Ed Rouse. He was a Hall of Famer. Just different types of Hall of Famers. Here's and I'd like to gravitate toward the oddball stuff. This is a Dave Winfield in a McDonald's card. This would actually possibly considered his rookie card because this is the same year as his 19. This was 74, the same year as his rookie card.
Cool.
But this is a cool little card. It was Ray Crockett, just who owned McDonald's, just had bought the Padres, so he decided that in the San Diego stores he was going to give away Padres cards. So
That's cool.
What else? This more like interesting. Like I said, I tend to lean toward Hall of Famers, and I'm trying to pull oddball stuff because that's what. And I know John Mancini hates the word oddball, so forget I said that. But here's
Rick's okay with it though.
Okay. Here's a Red Lobster card of Lee Smith. Again, this would be his. This would have been his rookie season, so you can almost consider this his rookie card.
Sure.
These were given away at they actually weren't given away at Red Lobster. They were given away at Cubs games, but they were sponsored by Red Lobster. So, and just different. And he's not in the Hall of Fame, but I think he will be. Here's Dusty Baker. Yeah, and this is a Venezuelan league card. This is during the Winter Ball. He played in the Venezuelan league, and this is from 1974, I believe. And to me, this is a much better looking card than his rookie card. If you see his rookie card, he's on with two other players.
Oh yeah.
You hardly see his face, and you see him here. It's like he's just happy. He's just playing the game, and he is just he's just happy, and
Yeah.
this is a great looking card. I know it looks like a 68 card, but it really is from 74. It's actually a sticker, but pretty good condition from Venezuela. I mean,
Sure.
so anyway, like I said, I tend to collect Hall of Famers and goats and stuff like that. Oh yeah, here, this is because I can't afford a Joe DiMaggio card. I got a Joe DiMaggio matchbook cover from his restaurant, and,
Yeah,
and
that works.
I thought this was pretty cool. I mean, it kind of shows him really good swinging there.
Yeah, that's a nice picture.
Yeah, it's a really nice picture, and there's a phone number if you want to call for reservations. So, but like I said, collect what you like, people. It's just like you want a Joe DiMaggio card. You don't have to break the bank. Just get something that's a little bit cheaper, and then just baseball cards are not an investment. They're meant to be enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's something like that. I mean, it's not something everybody has. It's a great conversation piece there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So,
any other Hall of Famers you want to pull out there while you're at it?
I mean, I don't want to show a ton, but anyway, here's Con's Wieners of Hank Aaron. And this is, really neat. I mean, to me, I like this. These came in hot dog packages.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is pretty good condition for something that came in a hot dog package. And I got this pre-COVID, and nobody wanted this stuff pre-COVID. I don't remember what I paid for this, but I want to say it was like in the $20 to $30 range. And
it goes for a little more now.
Yeah, I know. But like I said, this was, I want to say maybe 2017, 2018,
Is that the same one that I think I saw Matt pick up recently on?
It might have been. But,
I'm guessing he paid a little more than you did.
If Matt doesn't have this, he's probably jealous. So but, I'm not giving this up, Matt. Sorry. I really like these Redman cards. I mean, to me, the artwork on these Redman are beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I just the illustrations are. I mean, the backs are nothing special. They're just mad, But just the fronts, you can just they're just great.
Oh yeah, those are gorgeous.
And like I said, I that's the type of Hall of Famer stuff I do. I don't know. Here's Sadahara O.
Sweet.
Japanese Menko card. Again, I got this pre-COVID.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that heated up.
Yeah, it's just like, it wasn't that great. I almost hesitated getting it. It's like, it's not that great. Then I was like, how many Sadahara O cards am I going to find? So, I got that. And, but I also like collecting, interesting type stuff. I mentioned minor league cards. There were a lot of Pacific Coast League cards done.
Oh yeah.
Especially right after World War II, till before they started getting the Giants and the Dodgers moved out there. So there's a lot of minor league sets. This is one of my favorites. This set, it's kind of like a mixture of like comic books with baseball cards, and this is just
Oh yeah, nice artwork all over that thing.
The artwork on these are beautiful, And the back it talks about the player bio on there, but to me it's like these are works of art. This is great, and the artist was actually a former MLB pitcher.
Cool. Weren't those Mother's Day cards you showed to Pacific Coast League also?
Yes, they were. The cookies cards. Yeah, I didn't pull them out for this, but
those were nice. If you want to see some beautiful cards, check out that video on George's channel there for the Mother's Day. So
and those players, they were. I mean, the two I pulled out actually, they were stars in the Negro leagues, and I mean those guys got no respect. I mean,
oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for them. I mean, they're excellent ball players. I mean, they would have at least been superstars in MLB, if not potential Hall of Famers. And people don't even really know who most of them are. I mean, yeah, they know
Yeah.
Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, but a lot of them are just, they were just kind of swept away by history, and it's a
Oh
shame.
yeah, it is a shame
Yeah.
because I was watching the baseball documentary Ken Burns again, and you
Oh
know
yeah, yeah.
like Rube Foster that supposedly taught Christy Mathewson how to throw a screwball. So,
Oh, oh
but
yeah.
lots of those guys were awesome. But
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure where you want me to go here. I got lots of interesting stuff I can
oh yeah,
show.
well, I mean, one of the things that is awesome on your channel is the wide range of genres of stuff you pull from. And have you always collected that stuff, or is that the recent
No,
2017 you started just gathering things you liked?
probably 2017 mostly. Yeah.
Okay, because
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
how
was
many
always
different
interested in it,
genres
of
are you
course.
covering there? Because I mean, I've seen baseball,
I got tons.
boxing, pop culture,
I
track and field.
Yeah, here's like Olympic track and field. Here you go. If you remember the movie Chariots of Fire, this is H.M. Abrahams. He was, basically the main character in the movie Chariots
Dun,
of
dun,
Fire.
dun, dun,
And
dun, dun.
this is a Godfrey Phillips card of him. And
Sweet.
what else? Um, oh, let's see. Pablo Nurmi.
Yeah, the subject of your first video.
My first, you remember? Very good.
Hey, I chain watch all of my video subjects before the interview, so
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've
Yeah.
consumed your entire channel catalog in the last couple of days.
Oh, all right. All right. But like I said, here's Olympic stars. Here's like Sonia Heine.
Oh yeah,
Figure,
very famous figure skater.
yeah. And I don't want
Wasn't she cited as being like Peggy Fleming's hero or something like that?
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go pop culture, here's Laurel and Hardy with their dogs.
Oh, that's awesome. What year is that one from?
1931. It's
Wow.
8 WDHO Wills card.
That's cool.
And what else? Okay. Well, got to show this because my daughter got me this one. My favorite character of all time, Goofy.
Well, gosh.
and she got these from Finland, actually.
That's awesome.
So they were that was a pretty neat little pickup there. And I guess back to Olympic cards. I kind of forgot. Jesse Owens. There were these really neat German cards from
Nice.
the 1936 Olympics, and
Yeah, it's true rookies are right because
oh yeah,
the 37s were the British one that lots of people
yes,
have. But
yeah, but and let me see. I don't know. Did I show off Jumbo?
no, what's that one there?
That's Jumbo the elephant, and P.T. Barnum went and got Jumbo from the zoo in London and brought him back for his circus in the 1880s, and this was a card to celebrate that.
So is
And
that's actual 1880s vintage card there?
yes, it is. It's
Because
a
that's
trade
great
card.
condition for that.
Yeah, yeah, I really like this. This is really nice. And the term jumbo did not exist before Jumbo the Elephant.
Oh,
So
so
I think
literally like
jumbo size.
invented the word
Yeah,
there.
yes. So Jumbo invented the word there.
Awesome.
So and here you go, weird stuff. My wife got me this, so this
Oh, Lance Parrish.
I know, but where can you see a player with an actual tiger? And he was probably scared to death posing with this guy.
I would be. I mean, no matter how well trained, that's a wild animal
Oh yeah.
that eats large amounts of meat.
Oh yes, yes. And yeah, talking again about goats. I mean, here we go. Here's
Bobby Fischer.
Bobby Fischer, one of the best, if not the best, chess player ever. And people forget. I mean, he was extremely popular after he won the title from Spassky in the early '70s. I mean, he was a rock star basically in the U.S. and then basically he went nuts. But
Yeah, he just couldn't take it and became a recluse.
yeah,
Yeah.
successful dude. I mean, but all right, I know I'm going all over the board here, but I always do.
That's what I love about your channel is you're all over the genres.
Here's there's a lot of matchbooks. There's a matchbook series that came out in the late '30s. This is Charlie Gehringer.
Yeah.
These can be really cheap. I mean, like I want to say I got this. This was during COVID. I got this for like $20. I mean, and the picture's pretty good. I mean, I do caution people because these can be brittle, so be
Yeah.
careful if you handle them raw. I hesitate to even want to take this out of this, to be honest with you.
I still feel like a lot of that stuff that's strange shape that's not exactly baseball card still goes pretty economical. So
yeah, and like I was able to. There's a matchbook series. There's 4 years in a row there was a Redskins set. The Redskins.
That's not one of your Sammy Baws then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get Sammy Baugh from all 4 years, the 1939 through 42. And I was lucky enough to eventually find, it took me a while, but I got, this is the 1942. And it's got the home schedule on the back. And it's Sammy Baugh on the front. But, yeah, and, well, I don't know. Hope I'm not boring you here. Here we go. Here's Einstein from the 20s. Yeah. I'm probably going to send this off to get graded, to be honest with you. But it's a nice card. What do you say, SGC?
Absolutely.
It's
behind me. There might be a hint there.
Well, the thing is, it's like I'll buy from wherever. And it's just like, if a card's a PSA, it's a PSA. I'm not going to regrade it. It just, but they're, oh, okay. Boxing, yeah. I really got into boxing cards. I've always been a boxing fan, but I really got into boxing cards when I got back into it. So I was able to find quite a few boxing cards. Here's Jack Dempsey. This might be his rookie. I'm not sure. But I don't, like I said, I don't really care if it's his rookie or not. And there's a caramel card of Jim Jeffries.
Awesome.
And Joe Louis. Like I said, if you stay away from Joe Lewis's rookie card, you can actually find decently priced Joe Louis cards. Just his rookie card is insanely priced. I mean, I think it comes from South Africa, to be honest with you.
What year is considered his rookie?
I want to say 36.
And that one is what? Was what?
37.
Okay.
Yeah.
Such a difference with just a year, huh?
Yeah, yeah. But one of my favorite boxes of all time was Jim Braddock. My son got me this one.
Cinderella Man.
Cinderella Man. Yeah, I did a video about him. But yeah, this is a great card. He has a great story. If you ever get a chance to watch the movie, people, you should.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Oh, you should. You should. And the T218 sets are great. The colors on these guys. That's Stan
Nice.
Langford. He had a great story there. And
Yeah, I never heard of him before.
yeah, and Jack Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, like I said, these cards shot up like crazy. I mean, I bought this before. I bought this ungraded before the boom, and you know, but sometimes you get lucky, I guess. I mean, I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, that's surprising though. The boxing collecting has gotten that popular since it's kind of fallen out of favor in terms of compared to MMA type stuff now. But
yeah. Also got also going to tennis, and then here's Rene Lacoste, before famous tennis player, before he went into
polo shirts.
But not everything I have is old. I mean, like here's the Williams sisters.
Oh yeah.
Hard to find two siblings that are that good.
Oh yeah.
Or any sport really. They're just amazing. And
I mean, they had a stretch there where they were the 1 and 2 player in the world, which you don't really see that with siblings in any other sport.
No, and like wrestling, you've got Jim Londos, the Golden Greek. He was basically the Hulk Hogan of today. I mean, back in the 30s, and then here's Hulk Hogan. So, and this is something I just, I pulled this guy out of a pack. This was, when I was younger. It just and basically during COVID, I started looking through some stuff. I'm like, oh wow, I got this, and like okay. So I sent this off to get graded. So.
Oh yeah, all his stuff shot up during COVID as well.
Yeah, I mean, back then that was just nobody wanted that stuff.
Especially that rookie that isn't really a very good picture of him.
Yeah. And I showed this one too.
Raleigh.
I like this one because it shows his mustache. This is great. And this is actually just a Padre schedule from 1977.
Sweet.
I mean, but
cool card though.
It's a cool card, and I got this. I want to say, I got it for like $1, $1.50. It cost more for shipping. But I love this card. This is great. I mean, you want a Hall of Famer? That's reasonable price. There you go. And I mean, that's iconic. His mustache.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And,
I did see a thing on him where he ended up retiring rather than shaving his mustache off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he only had a shot with was it the Cincinnati Reds were going to take him on for one season, and Mark's shot was like no facial hair.
Yeah. He's like,
yeah.
Nope, not doing that. No. No. And let me see. Here's Thomas Edison. You want, famous people. This is what, from 1901. It's an Ogden cigarette card. But so I guess you can say it's a plain days card.
Yeah, plain days Edison. Wow.
There's actually older Edisons which go for a lot more. But,
oh yeah, he has stretch run. I mean, at that point, he probably was just the manager of the company. But
yeah. but I mean, if you didn't want to spend a whole tremendous amount of money, I mean, this. I don't remember how much I paid. I want to say it was less than $20. I mean, you know, I look for the reasonably priced cards. Again, I got this raw, but you know,
Yeah,
so what?
sure.
And it does look good in the tux.
Oh yeah, I think all cards do.
Well, I kind of wonder sometimes with cards with the black border, to be honest with you.
That is the one exception, but I noticed they did put a little bit of an air gap around it, so it still kind of pops. I think though.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. And oh, here's an homage to you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Favorite basketball player.
At least of the '90s. So,
yes.
You know.
I do collect, you know, more recent stuff too. I mean, it's just not. I just prefer the vintage, you know.
Growing up in California in the '80s, you ended up having to be a Magic guy, you know, of the Magic Bird era where you're either one or the other. But
right.
Yeah, the '90s, Robinson was my guy. So
I understand. And I also have golf cards. And
is that a Bobby Jones?
That's Bobby Jones.
Yeah, looks like the swing is what I recognized.
It's kind of funny because you see the swing here. Here's Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities there.
A little bit different. Little bit different with the angle, it feels like.
But still, you know.
I mean, the period clothing with the swing combined then.
There you go.
Pointed to me at Bobby Jones.
There you go.
Felt like Walter Hagen looked a little bit different from Bobby Jones' follow through.
Yeah, I would say that. And I know I've shown this before, but this is the Churchill that I know you have too.
Oh yeah, who doesn't have a Churchill rookie? Doesn't everybody?
Everybody's got Churchill rookies, and
everybody that's anybody.
I had to put this together for the big three. Here's Roosevelt. Not his rookie, but you know, it's still a good-looking card. It's a playing days card of.
Sure, I mean it's during his first term still. You know, 1935. Yeah. So.
And you know, and here's a if you see a guy there in white, that's Stalin.
Yep.
So, you know, you put these together, you got the big three. So.
You know. Yeah, unfortunately, that last guy is in the category of horrible human beings. But
yeah. Yes.
Yes, but at least he was on our side for a few years.
Yeah. And let's see. Oh, here you go. This is my absolute favorite card. This is Teddy Roosevelt of a Dockman and Son card.
Oh yeah. Totally got the Rough Riders get up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was no longer president by then, but this is their Wild West series, so they showed him in the Rough Riders, and I mean the colors on this are great.
Yeah, it's a beautiful card.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely my favorite. And yeah, and just to let you know, yes, I do collect modern stuff. Like I said, I had to pick up this card. This is from the World Baseball Classic.
Oh yeah,
Shohei striking out Mike Trout. But
sweet.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, this is like an epic moment because that was just, you know, you've got two teammates there and one striking out the other because, you know, they're teammates with the Angels, but here they're, you know, opposite sides.
Oh yeah.
And this is for the last out of the WBC. So yeah, I thought that was a classic card. It's worth getting. Usually with newer stuff, I'll tend to pick it up per card. I don't really do the pack ripping. It's just there's like 10,000 copies of, you know, every player now. I mean, you know, there's 50 different rookie cards. I mean, who cares? You know,
and the way they price the packs, it's like for the gamblers. It's not
It
for
is. It is.
card collectors.
It's seriously, it's gambling, and it's just like to me, I feel sorry. Just go buy something that you could actually enjoy rather than gambling on a pack, and then what have you got? You got to, I don't know. Yeah, you might get a hit every now and then, but if you're going to want it, just buy a particular card and that's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for the card showcase. I love seeing your stuff. It makes me watch every one of your videos, all the different genres you pull from. So,
Well, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I try to do various stuff. Like I said, it's hard for me to. I tend not to focus on one thing. I wish I could stay more focused, to be honest with you. I tend to go all over the place and just, ooh, that's a shiny new thing. Ooh.
well, I enjoy watching it. So keep it up.
Thank you.
But speaking of YouTube, how long have you been a watcher of YouTube before you decided to hop on?
I think I started watching YouTube. It was there definitely into COVID. It wasn't at the very beginning of COVID. It was probably, I want to say, you started watching the end of 2020s. Started realizing, oh yeah, people actually have baseball card videos, and then like I think I mentioned, it's like, well, the ones that come on are the ones with, people are saying, oh, buy these five hot cards. It's just like, no, I don't really care who the five hot players are, who's going up this week. I just but that's what the YouTube algorithm was feeding me, and then eventually I was able to find some channels of some vintage people. I think the first two I hit across were Mike Moynihan's and John Mangini, and then I filtered through that, and then I was like, then I started, because a lot of times I watch it on television, and I'm like, well, let me watch it on the computer. Let me see who's commenting, and then I started backing into from the comments. It's just like, oh, does this person make content, just from the comments? So I just kind of backed out from that.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to do it, is to find the other YouTubers, because it's this whole community where everybody is watching everybody else's stuff. So
yeah, I mean, you could tell from the comments, who is really into, like, if you see, Mike Moynihan or John Mangini, it's like who really liked their video. You can see that comment. It's like, okay, this person really liked this, so maybe if they make content, and not everybody does, but which is fine, but you're able to work backwards there.
oh yeah. And so what was the motivation that finally got you to put yourself out there and join the community?
It was just like, I'm like, there's a community out there, and it's just like, I'm doing this in a vacuum. There really is nobody. I mean, yeah, it's like you show the cards to your wife, and she's very supportive, and it's just like, okay, I'm going to go now do this.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for showing me that card. And like I said, she does try to find me nice stuff. Like I said, she found me this lovely card, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So it's just like, at holidays and stuff like that, she does her homework.
Cool.
But this is not really her thing, and the kids, it's not really their thing either. It's just, they're very supportive, but they're like, they're just not that interested in it. So, so I just kind of thought, well, maybe I could, search for a community of people who were also interested in, vintage type cards, and I kind of found it through YouTube, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, that's great. And how's it feel now to have the camera pointed at you instead of at your hands?
Weird. I'm actually an introvert, to be honest with you, so I'm just kind of, I was afraid I'm going to stumble over my words.
Well, that's what editing is for, right?
Yeah. I'm not good at that. I have to harass my daughter too. No, actually, she's very nice about it, but I have to ask her to help me edit sometimes. So it's just
well, once my 13-year-old son taught me how to use the software, I was off and running.
Yeah, yeah. Well, at that age, they kind of grow up with this stuff, so this is like second nature to them. This is, I mean, the first computer class I had in college had these IBM punch cards that you had to put one line in at a time. And when you wrote a program and you had to feed them in, and you had to be very careful with those cards because if you bent them a little bit, it messed up your entire program. So
I heard about
that
that. That
yeah,
was
that kind of shows
I
you.
missed that by a good 10
Oh,
years, but
you didn't miss anything. Trust me.
yeah. Yeah, one of my former bosses told me about that programming class, and if you
Yeah.
lost one card out of sequence, you were just screwed.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was very unpleasant.
Yeah, but uh, so it's great to have you in the community, and I'll just say that right now. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you, thank you.
But
It's a fun community to be in, to be honest with you.
oh yeah, I've been having the time of my life. I mean, I've
Yeah,
only got about a couple months ahead of you, so
yeah.
um,
It's actually made the collecting more fun, to be honest with you.
oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. It just, you can kind of share something with someone that actually, really appreciates,
Oh yeah,
how hard it is to find, anything, for
as
example,
opposed to
yeah,
your wife,
like I
who
said,
just gives you the polite smile and nod.
well, yeah, it's just like, but it's like people see it's like, ooh, Sadahara. Oh, it's like, yeah, you appreciate how hard it is to find a 1961 Sadahara O Menko, and these are all usually beat up because, Menko cards, it's a game. It's kind of like flipping cards.
Yeah,
So they're all beat up from that era, but kids did what kids are supposed to do with cards, play with them.
yeah, they play with them. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's normal.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, any last words before I go into my 10 personal questions about Concrete Buddy George?
No, I don't
Oh,
really, yeah,
all right.
anything.
Uh, my first question for you: Where we come up with this name, Concrete Buddy? What's the origin of that?
Uh, I just do a lot of, well, work in concrete. I'm an engineer, and actually, my master's thesis was on concrete. So, and even to this day, I still do a lot of work in concrete. I do a lot of concrete design, and I'll do a lot of concrete inspection, and I'm used to being around concrete pours. That's just part of life. So, yeah, concrete buddy, and uh, my wife got this from. She thought it would accentuate the channel. She really is very supportive of this, to be honest with you. And it's not really her thing, but she really is very supportive. She's a sweetie. So
I mean, masters in concrete. Are you like a civil engineer or something? Or
yeah, civil structural. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm an electrical. I only bothered with a bachelor's.
Oh, okay.
That was enough college for me. So, but all right, number two. Who's the most famous person you've ever encountered in real life?
I would have to say Hulk Hogan. My wife,
Wow.
my wife and I were in Toys R Us one day. We were doing some shopping. This is when the kids were real little, and we're in there, and Hulk Hogan is in there at the same Toys R Us, and he's walking around the store with the manager. And I don't know, he was like, I want that, I want that, and the manager's just sitting there taking them, taking the list down of what he wanted. So he was just kind of going through Toys R Us, just doing his shopping, I guess, and that's how he did it. He just kind of walked in, and he was dressed in more or less the Hulk Hogan gear. I guess that's what he wears. And I'm like, okay, and yeah, and
Awesome.
yeah.
All right. Do you have a favorite song?
Favorite song? Probably have to say it's a Wonderful Life by Louis Armstrong.
Cool. Nice choice. If you
But I
could
do
choose,
like the Beatles, by the way. So I had to wear this.
oh yeah, nice shirt.
Yeah. Oh, my wife got me this shirt. So
Yeah, I've still got my Beatles up there. But uh, if you could choose a superhero power for yourself, what would you want?
wow, superhero power for myself. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Spider-Man's pretty cool the way he swings around buildings. So I would guess, to be able to web and swing around place to
Sweet.
place, you kind of avoid traffic that way, and you can kind of, anytime you're in a traffic jam, you kind of like get around town.
And I suppose
I would-
knowing that you can just land smoothly no matter what, I mean,
Yeah,
it might alleviate my fear of heights. So
yeah.
that's so awesome. Do you have a favorite animal?
Favorite animal? Uh, I don't know. I kind of always liked guinea pigs, to be honest with you. We had guinea pigs when the children were young. We don't have any anymore. We have a cat now, so kind of would lead against to a guinea pig, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the cat and the guinea pig's probably not a good combo.
No, no, I would say that would be a good combination. No.
Then you'd have a not alive guinea pig soon.
Yeah, no, no, no. I
All right.
used to have a basset hound. I loved that dog, but he passed away. And, yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, he was like, what, 15, 16 years old at the time. I mean,
Yeah, it's always tough to lose a dog, though.
Yeah.
But if you had the ability to switch lives with any person in history for a day, what would you want to experience?
Wow. Uh, I guess I would have to say Neil Armstrong and landing on the moon.
Nice choice. Maybe you could say the phrase the way he intended it, with, a man instead of just man.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how many times you rehearse it, you're probably very nervous.
Oh yeah, when the entire world is going to be listening to you.
The entire world is listening. Everybody's recording everything you say for posterity, and you're still not 100% sure that you're not going to put your foot down and go through quicksand.
Yeah. All right, seventh question now we're up to. What is your favorite all-time movie?
Favorite all-time movie? I'd like to say Star Wars, A New Hope. That was my favorite movie, but number two might be a movie called Hoosiers.
Oh, I love Hoosiers.
Yeah, I love that movie too. And there's also another one, and this is really, really oddball. It's a movie called Pawn Sacrifice. It's a movie about Bobby Fischer.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, yeah. Very few people. It stars Tobey Maguire as Bobby Fischer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Very
Yeah,
few.
that, and he would have had to have been decent age when he played it. So I'm not.
Yeah.
It seems weird that it'd be obscure. So
Yeah.
he's been a pretty big actor for a while now.
Yeah.
So awesome. Did you have a favorite subject in school?
Math. I, I also I loved history, and I could have seen myself going and being a history major, but I wanted to eat, and e- uh, no offense to history majors. I mean, people history. Yeah, it's a lot of work to get a history degree, but if you're not going to be a professor somewhere, and there's probably very few slots for new professors, you're not going to eat with that history degree. So
Oh yeah.
I went into engineering. I like math. Math is very logical. There's there's usually a finite answer to something. So
Yeah, typically that's
yeah,
that was
yeah,
that would be my
yeah,
answer as well. So good
yeah.
choice. Uh, do you have a favorite beverage that's not water?
Favorite beverage? It's not water. Um, Coffee.
Like to wake up in the morning, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I drink a lot of coffee. Probably more than I should, to be honest with you. But no coffee. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Good way to start the day. You know, I did see a thing once that uh, like periods of great invention in the history of man kind of coincide with like caffeinated beverages being popular.
Okay.
I mean, like the whole Renaissance was like a time where caffeinated beverages became very popular to drink, and
Oh,
again with the whole Age of Enlightenment era as well.
that's
So
very interesting. Yeah,
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 I thought it was pretty fascinating. So
yeah,
yeah, we're doing a good thing by drinking our coffee
yeah,
in the morning. So
yeah, yeah.
it does feel like it is a performance enhancing drug.
Well, the problem is I drink it all day, though. I mean, I drink it in the morning. I drink it. It just, yeah, it just. I don't know why. I drink it all day. It doesn't seem to bother me. So
Oh yeah, you're one of those folks that can still sleep.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
have to cut off by midday.
Okay.
But all right, the last question I have for you. You have all these different genres to collect. If I told you you had to limit yourself to one type of collecting only, which one would you stay with?
Wow. Uh, that's that's tough. I mean, I love baseball, and I've always loved the history of baseball. And I guess I would have to say baseball. I just, if I had to, that's rough because yeah, that's a rough one.
I was guessing that was going to be the answer, but
Yeah.
the pop culture is quite a thing for you. That still leaves a
Yeah.
wide
Oh,
berth. But
oh. Yeah, I'd love to read. I love to read about history. I love to read about different time periods and different genre and yeah. So yeah.
all
So
right, well, good answers. So that is all I had. So thanks a lot, George.
why? Well, thank you. Thank you.
Uh, Anything else? Any last words for our folks at home?
Um, Collect what you like, not what other people tell you to collect. So
Words of wisdom. You hear them on
no,
at the.
have fun with your collecting, people. It's meant to be a hobby. Don't look at this as an investment. There's a lot better ways to spend your money if you want to invest your money than cards. I mean, this is not. This should be just extra money, fun money that you spend on stuff, and just don't overextend yourself. Have fun with the hobby.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, uh, yeah, my whole intention is I will own every card I purchase until I expire,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
someone else will have to sell it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and to me, that's kind of why I grade a lot of the cards that I do is because it's going to be easier for my kids to sell them
oh
when
yeah,
they try, you know, and this way I'm not worried about them. At least they won't get ripped off too bad.
sure.
Actually, my son is shrewd, so he would probably do well. Not that my daughter's not. My daughter would just want to be not offend anybody, so she would. She's not a wheeler dealer type. My son can be shrewd, so
Well, we live fairly close by to a pretty good sized eBay consigner, so I think I'll be able to set up my
there you go.
family with that connection. So,
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
but all right, thank you very much, George. Great to have you.
That
If
was fun.
made
It was. Thank you.
if you made it this far, be sure you subscribe to Concrete Buddy. He's got a great collection that we get to see all kinds of interesting things. You never know what he's going to show from video to video. And I will see you all later. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.